Good afternoon. This afternoon we are going to go back to Lucasta, going into the words, the poem done by Richard Lovelace, and we are going to read another poem by Lovelace, which is called Grasshoppers. This poem is famous for the closing lines. This one. I could not love thee, dear, so much. Love thy, not honor more. Right? Tell me not, sweet, I'm unkind. Don't tell me, sweet, that I'm unkind. Because from to you, okay, fly from A to B, right? Because from the laundry of thy chaste breast and quiet mind to whir and arms I fly. Arms, what does it mean, arms? Both arms, we have both arms. Also, what does it mean? Weapons, right? Arms, weapons, right? To whir and arms, to whir and arms. To the whirs and the weapons, right? I fly thee. So this is quite simple, right? Tell me not, sweet, honey, he is addressing his love. Tell me not, sweet, I'm unkind, that from the laundry of thy chaste breast and quiet mind, okay, chaste. There is another word, inconstancy, being not chaste, right? Second stanza, true, that is true. I chase a new mistress now. I chase a new mistress. Right? True, new mistress now I chase. Now I chase a new mistress. And there's comma, opposition. What kind of mistress is it? The first four in the field, right? The first point in the field. And what? And I, the subject verb I embrace what? With a stronger faith. Embrace what? A sword, a horse, a shield. So embrace woman, embrace war. So the word, the embrace. So it's his love is compared with war, right? With war, right? So and embrace with a stronger faith, a sword, a horse, shield. Here, this is good. If you supply a connector here and a sword, a horse, and a shield, what do you feel? What's the difference between supplying and or omitting it? What's the difference between supplying it or omitting it? Omitting an and connector is better. It's open, right? Yeah. A sword, a horse, a shield. And if you say sword, a horse, and a shield, there's difference, right? Okay, third stanza. Yet this inconstancy, this being not chaste, right? Chaste is such a thing as you too shall adore. You shall adore it too. You shall adore it too. You shall adore it like me. I could not love thee. I could not love thee, dear, so much I loved I, not honor more. I love you as much I love the world. Right? So, this is a typical poem of what? A typical poem done by one of the Cavalier poets. Cavalier poet, good. So it is one of his representative poems. Okay, let's go to another poem. It's very, it's kind of a delicious poem. Very, very good poem. 5 students did the essay, and actually 6 students wrote about Lucasta, going to the words. Okay. 구경모. Lucasta, to going to the words. This poem caught my attention because of its subject. There is a soldier leaving his beloved one to go to war. Although this scene is not new and has been replayed countless times throughout human history, it still serves as a great poem. From the first stanza, Lovelace introduced the image of a man talking to his lover, not to reproach him for leaving her side. The next 2 lines tell us something of the sweet lover in question and how the speaker feels about her. The speaker goes on to admit that his new mission is indeed more important than staying with his love, and may even have supplanted her in his heart. I could possibly understand the poet, since Richard Lovelace was a cavalier who served as a knight of King Charles I. Okay. Good. Good. 정준영. It is a relief poem in which a young man explains to his beloved why he must leave her to go to war, and the tone of the poem is light and pleasant. Theme of the poem is the importance of honor and duty. The speaker asks his beloved not to think harshly of him for leaving her side to go to war. He couldn't love her as much as he does, he said, if he dishonored himself by failing to answer the call of duty. Okay, good. 신가영? Lucasta, going to the words. The poet tries to emphasize the importance of honor and duty through this poem. Even though he has to leave his beloved to go to war, his lover shouldn't think of him as a harsh person. He tries to tell that if he does not answer the call of his nation and dishonor himself, he can no longer love his woman as he did before. However, it is certain that he is worried that his love will lose affection for him due to his leaving her. Overall, what the speaker is trying to achieve is his own way by sweet talking his beloved. Okay. 한동규. Okay. These 3 essays were done in class. In the poem, I can see Lovelace's thoughtfulness. He's leaving his mistress, Lucasta, to fight in war. She would feel sad if he gets injured or die. So he wants to cut off relationship with her, to protect her. It seems that Lovelace's sorrow and anguish are also revealed in the last stanza. I couldn't lived more dear, so much loved I, not honor more. It shows, I think, Lovelace's hesitation to leave his mistress. 편지원. The middle stanza is very good. What is interesting is the 5 the four of the field is compared to a mistress. Right, interesting, right? Okay. Chang Song-yeon, as usual, this is good. I could feel a sense of sorrow reading this poem. The writer is explaining to his love why he must leave her and go to work. He talks about duty and honor, however, I can get the feeling that the speaker himself is in sorrow too. He doesn't want to leave her love as much as she does. Overall, the poem shows the cruelty of war which tears the lovers apart. Okay, good. Okay, let's go to the poem. Grasshopper. To my noble friend, Mr. Charles Cotton. Okay. Lovelace's friend, Charles Cotton, scholar, a man of letters and father of Montaigne's translator, may appear to the poet an industrious and prudent ant, compared to himself, the melodious and improvident grasshopper. The circumstances of the poem are evidently those of interregnum, when a winter of Puritanism seemed to royalists to be settling over all civilized feeling in England. O thou that swingest upon the waving hair of some well-filled autumn beard, drunk every night with a delicious tear, drop thee from heaven, where now thee art reared. Okay, as usual, it's kind of musical. O thou that dost swingest upon the waving hair of some well-filled autumn beard. Oh, you. Where is the verb here? No verb, right? You, who swing, jump upon the weaving hair of some well-filled autumn beard. So you can imagine a corn, fully grown corn, right? Right. Swing upon the waving hair of some well-filled autumn beard. And you, in what condition? Drunk. It is drunk. He is drunk. Drunken every night with a delicious tear. Delicious tear. Tear, what is it? What kind of tear? Tear. Actually what? Dewdrops, right? Drunk every night with delicious tear, drop to thee from heaven, where now the art reared. The joys of earth and air are thine entire. The joys of earth and air are thine entire, yours, right? The joys of earth and air are yours entirely, are thine entire. That with thy feet and wings dost hop and fly. So it's a description of the jumping action, right? The grasshopper jumps from leaf to leaf, right? Hop and jump, right? Hop and fly, right? That with thy feet and wings, with thy feet, what? With thy feet, dost hop. With thy wings, fly, right? So, with thy feet and wings, dost hop and fly, right? With your feet, you hop. With your wings, you fly, right? So that with thy feet and wings, dost hop and fly. Dost is what? Dost what? Emphasis, auxiliary verb, right? Emphasis, does. dost hop and fly. And when thy puppy works, puppy, opium, footnote, opium, sleeping portion, thy puppy walks, thou dost retire, you do retire. Retire where? To his bed, right? To thy carved acorn bed to lie. Retire to your carved acorn bed, to lie. To lie down, to sleep, right? Up with the day, very good. Up with the day. Up with the day, very good, right? Up with the sun. Up with the sunrise. Up with the day, right? The beginning of day. Up with the day. The sun. Thou welcomes. What? Thou is subject, verb is welcome. You welcome the sun, right? Getting up with the day, you welcome the sun, right? Up with the day, the sun, thou welcomes then. Sports, the verb, right? Welcomes the sport. In the guild class, play, right? You play, right? Where? In the guild class of his beams. The guild class of beam. This is highly visual, right? Right. This is a medal, right? Footnote 3. Let me see. Golden medals, right? Golden. The medals, brilliant with sunlight. Golden field medal, right? So, gold medal. Okay. Up with the sun thou welcomes then, sports in the guild plats of his beams, and all these merry days makes the merry man. Very musical. Okay. All these merry makes a merry man. Alliteration. I like this, right? So, all these merry days makes merry man. All these merry days makes the merry man. Thyself and melancholy streams. Okay. Here, make something merry. Okay. Okay. All these merry days makes man, thyself, and melancholy streams merry. Okay, make something merry, right? So, makes man, thyself, and melancholy streams merry. Makes merry man, thyself, and melancholy streams. But the sickle, the province sickle, right? The farmers cut that, right? Cut them with sickle, right? Sickle, the sickle. The golden ears are cropped. The golden ears are cropped. Cut, right? Golden ears are cropped. Cirrus and Bacchus bid good night. Cirrus and Bacchus. Cirrus? What is Cirrus? Cirrus. Cirrus is a what? God of agriculture. Do you want to have a look at Cirrus and Bacchus? What is the advantage? Why do poets use mythology? Huh? Mythology is what? Mythology is shared by all people. You don't have to explain it. Everybody knows it, right? So if you use this, where is it? Cirrus and Bacchus. If you use it, you can imagine all the readers can imagine. So this is the advantage. Okay, I'll show you the series. Goddess of agriculture, and Bacchus, god of wine, or Dionysus. Another name is Dionysus, Bacchus. Okay, I'll show you them. Show you the two different gods. Okay. This is the Okay, Bacchus. Let's go to. See. Bacchus. Bacchus. Dionysus, the same, different name. Dionysus is the god of the grape harvest, winemaking, wine, and ritual madness, and fertility. Theater and religious ecstasy in Greek mythology, alcohol, especially wine, played an important role in Greek culture, with Bacchus being an important reason for this lifestyle. His name, thought to be the theonym, is linear B. Okay. Let's have a look. Dionysus, god of the grape harvest, winemaking, wine, ritual madness, religious ecstasy. Beautiful, right? Oh. Dionysian type cult. Okay, other traces of the Dionysian cult have been found in ancient Minoan Crete. His origins are uncertain, and his cult took many forms. Some are described, some are described by ancient sources of the. Okay. Okay, I'll go. The earliest cult images of Dionysus shows cult images show a mature male, bearded and robed. He holds a fennel staff, tipped to the pine cone, and known as a Thyshers. What is it? This is kind of a staff. I'll show you. Okay. This one? Oh, no. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. This is the Bacchus holds this staff, right? And Tarsus or Thistos was a wand or staff of giant fennel, covered with ivy, vines, and leaves, sometimes wound with tane and always topped with a pine cone, like this. This tania, this ribbon, right? Tania, and this is a pine cone, representing what? It looks like what? Manhood, right? Shaft and head, right? So this is associated with Dionysus of Bacchus, and the flowers. Okay. It is a symbol of prosperity, fertility, hedonism, and the pleasure and enjoyment in general. It's been suggested that this was specifically a fertility phallus, with the fennel representing the shaft of the penis, and the pine cone representing the seed issuing forth. The thesis was tossed in the Bacchic dance. So the Bacchus holds this staff, right? Okay. 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 Let's go back to the poem. So Ceres and Bacchus. Ceres and Bacchus bid goodnight. Sharp, frosty fingers have tapped all your flowers. Sharp, frosty fingers have tapped all your flowers. Frost, okay, the frosty fingers. And what scythe spared, what scythe spared, winds have shave off white. Winds shave off what scythe spared. So it's winter, nothing's left, nothing's left. Poor verdant fool. The speaker is addressing what? Addressing the grasshopper, right? Poor verdant fool, and now green eyes, thy joys. Large and as lasting as thy purse of grass, be this lay in against winter rain and poise their floods with an overflowing glass. Thou, best of man and friends, thou, you, right, best of man and friends, we will create the genuine summer in each other's breast. And in spite of this cold time and frozen fate, thaw us a warm seat to our rest. Our sacred hearth, right, ovens, right, shall burn eternally as vestal flames. Vestal flames, God, right? The vestal flames. The north wind, he shall strike his frost-stretched wings and dissolve and fly. Vestal flame, footnote 7. The Vestal Virgin in Rome were responsible for tending an eternal flame. So, Vestal is a god, right? The Vestal Virgin. Okay, next. This Etna is the epitome. This Etna, what is Etna? A volcano, active volcano on the coast, on the east coast of Sicily, right? It's a Etna, okay, Etna. This Etna in epitome. Dropping December shall come whipping in. Dropping December shall come whipping in. Maybe snowing, right? Rain and snow. Dropping December shall come whipping in. What does it mean? Rainy, snowing, snowy, rainy, right? Bewail the usurping of its rain, but when in showers of old Greek we begin, shall cry, he hath his crown again. Nice as clear as Hesper. Hesper is a Hesperus. According to the footnote, it's what? Footnote 10. Let me see. The tapers are compared to Hesperus, the morning star. I think Hesperus is a evening star, not morning star. This is, I'll show you. That whips night from the sky. But according to this reading, Hesperus should be the morning star. But I don't know which one is correct. I'll show you. Hecate, the dark hag line, was sometimes described as daughter of night. Okay, I'll show you Hesper, okay? First. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. This one. According to the Wikipedia, it's evening star, not morning star, right? In Greek mythology, Hesperus is the evening star. According to the footnote, it's the morning star. The planet Venus in the evening. He is the son of the dawn goddess, Eos, and is the half-brother of other son, Phosphorus, morning star, called Hesperus, the morning star. Hesperus' Roman equivalent is Vespa, evening star, west. Hesperus, oh, Vespa, misspelled, right? It must be a misspelled word. Instead of Vespa, it should be Vespa, right? Right here, Vespa, evening supper. Hesperus' father was Cephalus, a mortal, while Phosphorus was the star god of Trios. Hesperus, okay. It's interesting, right? Anyway, back to the point. So, compared to Hesperus, the morning star, evening star, right? Okay. Night as clear Hesper shall our tapers whip. Tapers mean candlelight. Shall our tapers whip. Shall whip our tapers, right? From the light casements where we play, and the dark hair from her black mantle strip, and stick there everlasting day. Thus richer than untempted kings are we, that asking nothing need. Though lords of all, what sees embraced, yet he that wants himself is poor indeed. 편지원. Grasshopper. A grasshopper is a small insect that usually people do not give much attention to, but in this poem, the description of the grasshopper gives an image of a fairy, a small angel. The gods and the goddesses that appear make the poem myth-like. The words seem light and cheerful, which makes the atmosphere of the whole poem. Okay, and Han Dong-gyu. In the poem, the grasshopper, Lovelace draws on Aesop's famous fable of the grasshopper and the ant, which was intended to teach the prudent use of good times to prepare for bad. It tells that the grasshopper is admirable for its ability to be content with little, to find joys large and as lasting as the perch of grass. Chasoyan, grasshopper. This is a very attractive and unique poem. I'm attracted to the idea that the poet wrote the poem using an insect. At this point, I thought of The Flea by John Donne. However, different from The Flea, this poem has a political sense, political meaning. Even if this poem is analyzing the details of a grasshopper, it also presents the cavalier ideal that is most attractive. This poem emerges as both a political and ethical warning, as well as pattern for refined artistry. These dual impulses in the poem can be thought to threaten its unity, but I think these impulses add value to this poem. Okay, no comment. Chang Sang-yeon, Grasshopper. The poem is interesting because it actually reminds me of the famous tale of a diligent ant and the lazy grasshopper. However, the story in the poem is very different from the tale because the grasshopper seems to be having no trouble with the winter because it has a friend. It is funny because I could imagine a grasshopper staying with a warm fire and reading in coziness. Also, it seems very creative to recreate the famous fable in a totally new perspective. Very good. Okay. This one is very. This is a in-class essay. Hong Mun-young, Grasshopper. The poem reminds me of Donne's The Flea and how the poet creates great meaning out of a trivial matter. The grasshopper is representative of a creature which lives up to the principle carpe diem, as enjoys the long summer without preparing for the cold winter. It is in contrast with the diligent and hardworking ant, his friend. Nevertheless, diligent and the grasshopper sings of the festal flames of a genuine summer in spite of the cold time and frozen fate. Okay, good. So these are the reactions. They are very beautiful. Okay. Okay. We'll finish here. I'll see you next week. Thank you.